What's up, entertainers? We're back at it again with another video. Thank you so much for clicking our next video. This is your boy James.
And your girl Megan.
Back at it again, y'all. I just got done taking my final today. Probably somebody smoking.
We're on ETSU's campus. We're outside because we figured since we're going to be talking about how we literally almost did not make it the other night, we might as well be outside.
I wanted to do it inside. It's cold out here, y'all.
It's very cold, but this is dedication for you guys. So my mom's going to be like, y'all should have went inside. But guess what? She'll be okay. So, so do you want to start with your side?
You go first because I'll go on the long rant.
Basically, what happened was, so this was Saturday night. James had to work a double shift, so he had to work from 2 p.m. until, what, like 2:30 a.m., almost 3 a.m.?
Almost 3 a.m. in the morning,
so,
y'all.
I looked at the forecast, and I saw that it was supposed to snow and kind of like sleet rain, which if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like, think about like a slushy, like ice. It was supposed to be like that, but with rain.
It was raining ice, y'all. Ice.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to head there early. So I got there at 11 p.m. And I was like, I'm just going to sit out here until 2 because I figured if I'm going to get stuck in a little bit of like ice or whatever or snow, I might as well only get stuck going one way because my parents both taught me how to drive in snow and stuff like that because they're both from the north. So driving in the snow wasn't really new to me, and knowing how to stay calm wasn't really new to me. So he gets off. Mind you, while I'm sitting out there waiting, it's the rain, the ice in the rain is so hard. It was like on my car. I could hear it, and you could hear it hitting the concrete. It was so hard. And then when it landed, it kind of flattened out, so it created like this layer of ice. And then around 12:30 or 1, it just started snowing. Straight, and like I'm talking about fast and hard and big snowflakes.
I was back there making donuts, y'all. I was whipping ice in. I look outside. I would peep around the corner, peep my little head. I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
And like it's snowing out there for real. So I'm thinking like it's just regular snow because I know it was like ice was falling from the sky type deal. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't thinking nothing of it and stuff, and I was just working and stuff. So when I got off,
that's when all of this started happening. So he gets off, he gets into the car, we start driving. No joke, the first light that we hit, we slid on ice. And
straight ice. The roads wasn't paved, it was nothing. It was straight layers of snow on the road.
And mind you, the truck, y'all know the trucks that come through and they like scoop the snow and off to the sides and like the ice and stuff like that. It had been there like twice, but that's how fast the snow and ice was coming. Like I didn't see it come again after the two round trips that it made. So I'm guessing it just kind of gave up and was like, we're just gonna have to wait this out because that's how fast it was falling. It was crazy.
It was not slowing down.
I've never seen anything like that.
It was not slowing down.
Mind you, we're from Chattanooga, so in Chattanooga, they say it's gonna snow and it'll snow like 3 months later, and it'll be like
half an inch.
Yeah.
Deal.
We were predicted to get 8 inches. I'm not surprised if we got a little bit more than that.
Oh, really?
But anyway, so the first light, we slid on ice. And then there were a couple of hills that we had to go up and down. And every single hill that we were going up, we slid on ice at least twice. I was losing control of the wheel. It was terrifying, to say the least. Now, mind you, I've driven when it's been a little bit icy before, so I know how to stay calm, how to still drive, but this time it was
real.
Yeah, and I'm trying not to over exaggerate, you guys. Just imagine like going ice skating for the very first time,
but in a car.
Yeah, and you have on like roller skates instead of like the proper skates that you need to go ice skating. It was terrifying. I don't want to underplay it, and I don't want to make it like a joke. It was terrifying. And so one of the are you going to say something?
Oh, yeah, I was going to tell them about, there was one car.
Yeah, that's what I was about to get to.
Trailing behind us, like right behind us, knowing good and well, like we don't have 4-wheel drive.
And mind you, this was a truck but it was so slick. The truck that had 4-wheel drive, I think it was like a Ford F-150. It had 4-wheel drive. We were going down a hill. The truck was trailing me. The truck at the last moment started sliding, and we were sliding, and like I know people are like, you talk with your hands, but let me show you. So we started like sliding like this. The truck behind me started like sliding like just straight sliding down. And then there was another car coming from this direction. They started swerving over here a little bit because it's a 4-way lane, but the median is just like, you know, the yellow lines. Sorry, it's really cold. But it's not like grass or anything like that, like a median. So this car is sliding over here. We start sliding this way. The truck is sliding almost into us, almost hits us. You can hear like it's screeching, but it's not like it's the grip on their tires is not. Their brakes are really not working. Oh my God, it smells like straight weed, you guys. We cannot make this up. So,
might be somebody in the car.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't see anybody in the car. Oh well. But so, I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying to do the right thing with my wheel. I'm freaking out though. James is just straight quiet, which is not helping me because I'm like, oh God.
I was not straight
For
quiet.
James to get quiet. When that was happening, yes, you were.
Yeah, because I was trying to stay calm. Look, when I freak out, I freak out.
But when he gets quiet, that freaks me out even more because I'm used to, y'all see, I'm used to him talking like a mile a minute.
See, I was trying to stay calm.
I was sitting over there praying out loud. I was like, Jesus, please, oh dear God.
I'm telling her,
dear
it's
Jesus,
be okay. I'm right
dear
here
Jesus,
with you. I'm like,
dear Jesus. And I said, that doesn't help me that you're right here with me because if we die, then I'm gonna know that I killed you. Like, he was like, that's not your fault.
Oh, man, it's not your fault.
Oh, it was so scary. And we're not trying to make light of the situation, but you kind of have to, in a way, to kind of deal with it because it was some of the most terrifying. We left it takes us usually 10 or 15 minutes to get from his job to my apartment / his dorm area. Maybe even less if, you know, we're not abiding by the speed limit. We do not recommend that. Disclosure for kids. Go the speed limit. Do the right thing. But we left his job at around 2:40 exactly. We did not get to my apartment until
almost 5 o'clock.
No, it was almost 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
So
it was
basically after we stopped that, it was honestly God because after we stopped spinning, like we didn't do a complete spin, but we were like halfway there, and then I got control of the wheel back, and so I turned it straight. And the next thing I knew, I looked in my rearview mirror, and the truck, it looked like God was like legit like pushing the truck back because it looked like he was slowing down and moving back, and he stayed back there until we were sliding. Me and James were sliding so bad that I had to pull over, and then we slid in the midst of me pulling over, stopped. I couldn't come to a complete stop. The truck sped past me. Mind you, I couldn't come to a complete stop, so I just kind of moved the wheel a little bit over, and the ice alone for at least 30 seconds, we were going almost 10 miles an hour just on ice. And I cannot exaggerate this. I did not have my foot on the gas whatsoever. So we finally make it, after sliding many more times, we finally make it over to my apartment area. Now there's like a little hump that you have to go over. I could not get up the hump. Two of my tires, one in the front and one in the back, got stuck in ice. And so this sweet lady, bless her heart, she came up and she's like, I have 4-wheel drive, like I can block the traffic for you guys so you can straighten out. It took us 15 minutes.
About 15 minutes to get stuff.
James had to push the car from the front and the back. I had to keep going up and out and up and out. Going up wouldn't do anything, so the only way I could go was back. But the problem is you're stuck in ice, so when you're in reverse, it's harder to control it and to stop. So there was a time where I almost hit the lady's car behind me who was trying to help us, so she had to scoot back even more. So we finally get out, thank God. We stay straight on the road. We're sliding the entire time. It was to the point where three cars behind us sped in front of us because we were sliding that bad. So we finally get to a gas station. Slide getting in there, I think I'm going to run into one of the gas pipes or whatever. Asked the guy if we can leave the car there. He said, yeah, a bunch of people have been leaving the cars here. I'll tell my manager. So
We get out.
We get out. We start walking. We're
It was
sliding.
Cold. It's cold out there, and like that snow felt like blades. Like
Yeah, because it was
smacking
still
so hard. Like it was still like kind of ice.
It was still
ice.
raining at that point. Like the rain, ice, snow mixture. It was still doing that, and we didn't have gloves at the time. We went and bought gloves, but I had to use my umbrella, and James had his hood on. I tried to share with him, you guys. I'm not, you know, it's not like a repeat of Titanic. I tried to share with him. He said
fine.
no. So,
She needed it more than I did.
so we're walking. Thank God, a police officer, he was in like this big, like, not like a tractor, I don't know. It was like this huge, I've never seen
one of them ATV, not ATVs, one of those, I can't think of what the name was called. But it looked like one of them.
It looks like a military.
Yeah, it looked like a military type deal.
Yeah, but it said police on it. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's hard to explain. But, okay, mind you, this is our first time ever being in a cop car. So, newsflash, we were in the cop car for the first time. We did not get arrested. Thank God. So, he stopped, and I thought, we were like, hey, you know, we had to park our car. We live right up the street.
It was freezing cold, y'all.
Do you think that you can drop us off at my apartment? And I thought he was going to say no, you guys, and then, like, again, by God's mercy and grace, it was a miracle. And he was like, yeah, hop on in. We hop in. He's sliding, you guys. Like, this car is meant for the snow. Like, you can tell it had huge. It was meant for the snow. He started sliding. At one point, we were going this far over to, like, over to the curb. And he was, like,
whipping that junk.
And
you were whipping it, boy.
So we finally get to my apartment, and just changed into warm clothes and laid there and prayed and watched movies. And I told my parents, I was like, James is gonna have to stay here because we can't make it back to his apartment or his dorm. And so we just stayed up. We literally just stayed up all night, like watching movies, watching TV shows, and praying and thanking God and talking to my parents. We got back to my apartment almost about, I guess it was about 5:30,
yeah.
5:45ish. We were on the phone with my parents for like maybe 30 more minutes, and then we just watched movies, stayed up all night. The next day class was canceled, but we were able to walk, which is, well, I guess we did an intro yesterday, but I guess we'll just get rid of that. So, but I will put in clips of us walking, and y'all can see like how steep it was and stuff like that. So it was crazy. Like I said, I know we were laughing a lot, and the only reason why we're not in tears is probably because it's like freezing cold, because I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. It was terrifying. If you've ever been in a moment where you have no control and there's nothing that you can do to get any control, and it would be one thing if I was the only one in the car, but you have somebody that you love and you're driving, and so technically you're responsible. Like when I started driving, my parents always tell me, like, when you're in the car, whoever's in the car with you, their lives are in your hands. It's a huge responsibility. It's fun and, you know, everything, but it is a huge responsibility. So I take driving seriously. You can ask James when stuff like that happens and I'm driving. I try my best to stay calm. I was shaking by the time we parked the car at the gas station. I was physically shaking. Like, when we got the car, James was walking and speeding up. I was like, look, I need you to wait a second, because and he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And, like, I could barely walk on the ice. We were already slipping as it was, and I had on, like, my fake Sperry's or whatever. But I was shaking so bad, and not because it was cold. I was that afraid. And when we got back, I just had, like, tears, and he just held me. He was great, but that was terrifying. And like I said, I've driven in the snow before. I've driven when it's icy before. This was another level of pure fear. And I remember I called my mom, and it was like 4:50, almost 5-ish. And I was telling her what was going on. I said, well, I'll call you back. And I remember she answered the phone, and I was like, Mom. And she was just like, I almost choked. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I started getting emotional.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All I heard, I'm like.
Well, because I was trying to, like, soak back the tears, and then, like, I swallowed wrong, and then, okay.
I think this cold is getting
to
us.
But she answered the phone, and she was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? So, yeah, it was, this video is really long. But yeah, we just wanted to share that with you guys, to share God's mercy and grace, because honestly,
Yes.
like the last video, I know we were kind of joking about it, but we really should not be here today. Like, that's how bad it was. It was really bad. So, so yeah, but is there anything else that you want to say?
Nah, because you know the reason why I'm mad about it.
Yeah. So, anyways, thanks you guys for watching. I know
Thank
this
you.
was a lot. Well, we tried to make it a little goofy because you know us. But thanks for watching. Thanks for clicking. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, share the link to everybody that you can, and
Smack that bell icon.
odd numbers only.
Odd numbers only.
Remember we went over.
We already went
1,
over.
3, 5, and so
7.
on. And so on.
So smack that bell icon. Show us some love. Get notified whenever we drop new content on our channel.
which will be way more fun than this video.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So y'all stay tuned.
Yes. We love you guys so much.
So much. Deuces.